But here we go again. Decided to get the old 550 out, took her for a ride, came back. It's been running a little funny. It's been wanting to have a little bit of choke on when I was riding it. At first I attributed that to maybe the fact that it was running at its best when it was really hot outside, and that maybe because it doesn't have air filters, that it just has these goofy little stacks on it, that maybe it was running a little lean and it wanted the air shut down a little bit. But after going for a ride and getting back, 3 of the 4 float bowls are weeping fuel a little bit. So maybe I'm pulling a little air in through those 50-year-old seals that aren't sealing anymore. Ordered some new seals, and we're going to get the carbs off and do a little messing with them. Also, one of the air adjustment screws is froze up and doesn't want to break free, so I'm going to try to address that as well. Well, when you make it your business to be involved in 50-year-old motorcycles, then you just got to expect that it's going to be one thing after another, and you're going to have a million little things you got to replace. So let's replace one more little thing. So turn the fuel off and we'll drain the float bowls. The battery's been going dead. I just had it running a minute ago. I don't know if I charged it enough to have it fire back up, but we'll try it. Maybe. Alright, let's get these carbs off again and put some new float bowl gaskets on. Alright, got the bike all back together, and for some reason we have lost spark. So, gonna start working backwards. What changed? It was just running an hour ago. Now I can hold on to the spark plug and kick it over and feel nothing. So, I'm gonna start working backwards. We pulled the carbs out, pulled the battery out, took the tank off. That was really it. So none of that should have caused us to completely lose spark. So when I had the with the battery hooked up and the ignition on, the headlight comes on, so we know we got juice going through the system, but for some reason it is just not making it to the plugs. Initially, yes, I did have the kill switch in the off position, but even with it in the on position, it's not giving us any spark. So let's take it back apart, start working backwards, and see what might we have done that would cause it to lose spark and get bitchy. Well, ground isn't tight. So if you look here, here's our ground cable, and I can move it. That is not good. So let's tighten that back up. Okay. Now the likelihood that that was our whole problem is low, but it could have been. So what we do now is test for spark once again. On position. Still nothing. Okay. Shoot. Well. Look at here. These guys are unplugged. That could cause us some problems. Huh. Hard to be able to. I think we gotta take that off again. Now that, I reckon, is probably our problem. All right. Let's give her another kicking. Let's see if we can find some spark. Well, I'd say that was our issue. Not only did we get spark, but it wanted to start with only 3 cylinders. Alright, let's put this plug back in and fire her up. Alright, so next day. We got the battery charged up last night, got it put back in, so let's see if it'll fire up a little easier for us today. That's what I'm talking about. Well, she fired right up. Sounds pretty good. Let's see if we can tackle this brake light switch. Hopefully, like the spark issue we had yesterday, we just find something's unplugged. Okay. So first look, all the wires look like they are okay. Everything. Nope. Alright, let's check the bulb. Check all the easiest stuff first, right? Oh no. Oh no. The bulb is good anyway. Oh shit. Well, just stopped me in my tracks. I really can't do anything else with this bike right now. Shit. You know, I might have the stock taillight for something. Maybe the CT90's taillight would work. I bet it would, but shit. Alright. It's not how I expected today to go. But I guess that's how it does go. So. Alright, we broke our taillight, but no sense in crying over it. Let's still figure out what's going on here. So, we have our brake switch, okay, and we have these two wires. So, what we're going to do is take our multimeter and I'm going to put the negative right here on the battery terminal. That's a little happy accident right there. Use the wrong size fitting, but that'll fit in there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is turn it on to 20 because we're running 12 volts. Turn it to 20 because we're running 12 volts, and we will test to see. Okay, that's 0, 0. Alright, that one has constant power to it. So that's the power source that feeds the switch. This other one is for power after the switch. So what we'll do here is, this is the wire coming from the switch. We'll put that in, hold it there, and we will hit the brake switch. Okay, hit the brake switch, we have voltage coming through. Okay, so that means our switch is good. That is good. Alright, the switch is good, and we already checked our bulb. The bulb is good. So, between the switch and the bulb, all we have is wires. So let's start having a look at these wires and figure out where the juice stops flowing. Now, let's see. Looks to be the black wire is going to the brake lights. So this gray wire here is the one that goes, the black wire goes to the tail light, the gray wire goes to the brake light. So let's chase this down and find where, okay, black wire just disconnected. And if you look up here, the gray wire is disconnected too. So, fantastic. Whoever wired this up was an idiot. I think it was me. Let's cut these zip ties and figure this mess out here. I don't like robbing parts off of other projects. This little low profile light from the CT90 might be kind of cool though. I'd really hate to rob that though. Let's see if I got any other. Let's see if I got any other options first. Oh, I see. I do. Let's see what we got here. Ah, look at there. Alright. It's probably the original. Let's go see if this monstrosity works. Well, I can't lie, this kind of sucks. I really like that little tail light. I bought it from Dime City Cycles. And I know I can get a replacement lens for it. It'll be no big deal. But now I got to put this big old honker on there. Thing went from nice and sleek to badonka-donk. So, see if the lights still work and find some proper fasteners, and hopefully we'll be on the road. This might even be the original light for this thing, but then again it might be for who knows what else. They're all pretty standard, I think. So. Alright, let's get into this. You can see here where the fender's been trimmed. I didn't do that. I did drill these holes for the aftermarket license plate bracket / tail light mount. But we still have the top two bolts holes. I'm gonna have to take this off of here. It's still sticky. So I think that'll do the trick for now. Maybe later on we will get a new fender or something. So these got to be routed up through this hole here. Okay. Pull it up through. Attach the ground. And a couple of fasteners. Alright, that's crazy. Well, what are zip ties for anyway? Well, before we get all crazy with the zip ties, maybe we should see if it actually works. Okay. All right, that I would say is a tail light, and that there's a brake light. All right, let's see if we can zip tie this sucker down. We'll start just up and over. Oh, that helped a lot. Let's see here. Here. And down through here. Okay. Still a little. I don't know how I could fix that though. Did the trick. Well, the plan that we had slated on the board today was to go for a nice little ride on the 550 in the morning and then spend the rest of the day working on the VFR again. We got it out yesterday and did a quick look over, and I'm optimistic about getting it to run. So I wanted to spend today on that project. But as so often in the world of vintage anything, my toys changed my plans for me. So I planned to go for I had a nice little 100-mile, around about 100-mile route planned out, and I made it about 30 miles in and started having issues. So limped her back home, sat on the side of the road while a bunch of Harley chuds and three-wheeled goobers cruised by me looking all smug as hell, and ended up getting stuck in the middle of that group later on the way home with the bike intermittently running good and not running so great. So you know, this is how it goes with the old stuff. But it seems to be an electrical issue. Hitting bumps and jiggling things will make it, you know, come and go. So it feels almost like it's running on 3 cylinders when it wants to act goofy. So mosquitoes are out in force. So that's how my plans for today changed. But let's get into this thing and see if we can figure out what's causing this issue and button it up, because it's happened a few times and That sucks. I always hate being the guy stuck on the side of the road. You can only say, oh, it's a 50-year-old bike so many times before it just starts, you know, becoming your motto, your mantra. Anyway, let's get into it. Since I've been having this issue, one of the things that I found is that this fuse box has been causing some problems. Now, somebody had put a fuse in here that was too long, and I assumed that it was just walking its way out of there and losing connection. Also, when you pulled this cover off, the fuse would come with it. So I just assumed that was the issue. But now I changed that fuse on this ride and still having said issue. So I'm really curious what is happening in here. Looking for any kind of loose connections, because this could have been a problem, but not the problem. And when I, messed with it, I could have jostled some sort of connector that was just a little bit loose and had it make a good connection again. I'm not seeing anything that obviously looks like that. I'm not seeing any obvious frayed wires. Okay, tail light, headlight, main. So I guess a good place to start would be to just replace all of these old fuses since I bought a new pack. You get the multi-pack, but I'm sure that there's only one 15 in there, and I need 4 of the motherfuckers. Okay, we did a thing. We replaced the fuse. Let's give it a kick, see how it sounds. Let's see where to go from there. Ooh, we have nothing now. Alright, alright. Okay, now we have something. Nice, she's running good. Light way down. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Off the bat, that motor's hot. Alright. So the impoverished me that hasn't had a job in the last 4 years says, well, I could probably fix that. I could probably repair that. But then I think to myself, well, I could probably just replace it for like 15 bucks. But if I'm going to go that route, why don't I spend a little bit of time and do the research on how to clean up the electrics on this model of bike and eliminate all the bullshit and make it a much cleaner system. So I'm sure I could do that for 100 bucks or so. So let's look into that. It sucks, because I really like riding this bike. But maybe we can, bubble gum, duct tape it back together till we get it all sorted out and still ride it. Time to do some reading. Alright, let's see what this has in store for us. This one was getting hot. Looks good. Is it just that it's loose? All the rest of them seem tight. Dude, mosquitoes off here are awful. Oh, is it not? It's not as connected. So this little thing here is loose. This one isn't. Don't know what that means in the grand scheme of things. The wire seems to be properly soldered, connected. This moves. Does that movement cause? Does that movement cause it to like not connect? 'Cause this does look like tarnished, corroded. The fuse is still good though. I think we should Google the wiring diagram and see what all these do. Because maybe there's something downstream that's causing an issue, and this is just a, secondary issue. Because of the fact that they had a fuse in here that was too long. It was working, but it was too long. And I think that might cause this to get loose, but I'm not real sure what's happening. So I think some more bug spray might be in order, and a little Googling. Let's do that. Alright, first things first, I'm hooking up my multimeter to the fuse box here. So we will turn on the bike, and we are getting 1227. It's great. Alright, so let's wiggle things around a little bit. Well, yeah, that'll drop voltage pretty quick. Seems that pushing this around will cause quite a dip. I mean, maybe not, I don't know. I really like my bike to not be out of commission. For the time being. Yeah, that's getting warm. again, running good for a minute. So we'll put it back together and, you know, take it for a ride, but definitely going to order a new fuse panel. So they're only a few bucks to get that replaced, and hopefully that will take care of this issue for good. But until then, it starts acting up, I know where to go and what wires to jiggle. Alright, finally got our fuse block for the old 550. Got it from 4into1.com, which is a reputable site. They usually know what they're talking about, and they said that it was fit for this bike, so looks like the right part. Let's disconnect the battery and put this in. Alright, new fuse block in, new fuses, battery hooked back up, good light on the headlight. Let's see if I can wear myself out or get this thing to fire. Alright, something's wrong. Maybe that head gasket's starting to really go. It sounds funny, so something's wrong. Well, time to dig a little deeper.
Alright, as much fun as I have wrenching on stuff and all that, it's a little unsatisfying to put so much time and effort into a project and not be able to enjoy a little bit of the fruits of the labor. So let's put in a little bit of riding footage at the end of this, and maybe that'll make me feel just a tiny bit better about the situation. So, alright, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you are subscribed, and maybe consider giving this video a like if you like it. Alright, thanks for being